Hi everyone, welcome to KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Laura Papetti. It is so good to see you this afternoon. And we begin with a developing story. Spokane police shot and killed a suspected shooter overnight in the Hilliard neighborhood. Police say the man had shot a woman inside the home, and KREM 2's Nicole Hernandez walks us through what happened.
So we're in Nevada and Wellesley right now, which is where the road's closed. Take a look behind me. You can see some sheriff's office cars and investigators down Wellesley there. Wellesley's closed between Nevada and Perry here and has been for hours as investigators have been working this scene here. We talked to Spokane Police Department early this morning and they were able to tell us what happened here. They say just after midnight last night, a woman called 911 from down the street on Wellesley there. She said a man who was staying with her was threatening her with a gun. Dispatch actually over the phone heard what sounded like gunshots, and the woman said she'd been shot before hanging up. Then the woman's son called 911. He said his mom had been shot, and the son was able to get out of the house okay, but officers had to go in to get that woman out. When officers went in, the man with the gun shot at them. 3 officers shot their guns back. Officers got the woman out. She had several gunshot wounds, one in the arm and one in the neck. Paramedics were able to take her to the hospital. Officers say she was talking and alert while here on scene, but we don't know an update on her condition since then. Officers and EMTs did try to save the gunman, but he died here on scene. And we talked to a neighbor, someone who lives close here on this block, about just how much violence there's been in this community over the past few weeks.
Pissed off. It makes me feel really angry. It makes me feel like there's no progress. Because it's 2024. Enough's enough.
All 3 of those officers that shot their gun are now on administrative leave, which is normal in a situation like this, and Washington State Patrol is taking over the investigation. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.
Nicole, thank you. It is 2 minutes past noon right now. It was a pretty wet and dreary morning all across the inland northwest with a mix of rain and snow. Thomas Patrick is here with a look at what we can expect this afternoon. Hi, Thomas.
Yeah, hi there, Laura. It has been all rainfall here in Spokane, and it was pouring when I woke up this morning, which was, of course, a couple hours before Up with KREM earlier on. Since then, a lot lighter, no need for the umbrella, but it is still soaking wet, at least on the ground. Just a few sprinkles coming down from our outdoor weather center. Now, our Doppler radar is still showing some rain in green and some snow in blue, but I don't think that snow is quite hitting the ground because our temperatures are right at 39 degrees from Spokane to Spokane Valley and about 38 or so in Coeur d'Alene. So it is all rain along that I-90 corridor. Instead, the areas that got the most snow has already started to dry up. That would be the Highway 2 corridor from Deer Park to Newport to Sandpoint. These regions got about an inch or more of snowfall well earlier today, but since then our temperatures have warmed. In fact, another degree up as of the noon hour. We're right at 40 degrees, so no wonder snow is out of the equation for the rest of the day. In fact, the rain should not last for all that much longer for this afternoon. We only have this for maybe until 2 o'clock today. The rest of the afternoon is dry, but that's probably where we're going to end up, at about 40 degrees for a high temperature. So that's snow, wet and slushy where it did fall and already starting to melt. Meanwhile, here in Spokane, it's just going to stay wet. But we get a chance to dry out for at least a day and a half. So we'll show you how much longer we're anticipating any rain or snow to linger elsewhere across the inland northwest, plus our next chance for precipitation.
Happening today, drivers can expect detours on Highway 41 in Post Falls. This is as work begins to demolish the I-90 bridge. Demolition will continue overnight, daily into Friday. Drivers will be detoured onto Greens Ferry Road, and the Idaho Transportation Department will close Highway 41 overnight until early March, and that is while work continues. And all this week here on KREM 2, we are bringing you in-depth reporting in our Boomtown Series. It is certainly no secret that our region is growing, and so is the student population. Roughly 30,000 students are enrolled in Spokane Public Schools this year, which, by the way, is the highest number since before the pandemic. With many schools struggling now to keep up with the growth, KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is telling us how some school leaders hope that relief is soon on its way.
That's right, and when you take a look at some of the older schools in the district, they feel the impact of growth in population a bit more than newer schools.
Madison Elementary School has stood in this exact spot for more than 70 years.
It's a historic building surrounded by a neighborhood that has sent generations of students through its front door.
This is a beautiful space. Franklin Park has lots of amenities for families.
Over the last decade, Principal Heather Holter has seen exactly what the school means to the community, from the walking distance to the educators. Madison has a lot to offer, but
I feel like with a more efficient building, we would just continue to grow.
Holter believes changes and improvements are necessary in order for a successful future to be a reality. While she appreciates the history of the building, the principal has also identified several areas of concern.
Because I don't have enough space in the building.
The school has had to turn to outdoor portables to keep up with the amount of students who live in the area. Classrooms are full, and on top of that,
We need bathrooms. Bathrooms are not a big commodity in the main building. So there's one set of bathrooms down this wing, one set for students to use, and for kids that need extra support and paraeducators, they have to have that convenience, and it's not in the building.
growth and time have proven to be challenges weighing heavily on the current infrastructure of the oldest North Side school in the district. Plus, recent trends in Spokane suggest that problem isn't going away anytime soon. Student enrollment took a hit at the beginning of the pandemic, but numbers have slowly and gradually gone up each year since.
What's that second one called?
Data from Washington's Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction also shows Spokane has an average classroom size of about 18.6 students. That puts us higher than the state average, currently sitting at 17.8.
Every parent wants a great teacher for their student, and they want them to have a classroom that is safe and is comfortable, that allows them to focus on their studies.
Coming up on Tuesday, Madison Elementary will be impacted one way or another. Voters will decide this February whether they want to approve a $200 million bond that would ultimately replace Madison and Adams Elementary while upgrading several other schools throughout the district.
These are schools that are well past their useful age and are in desperate need of modernization.
If the bond is passed, Madison is in line for a new two-story building that will feature improved technology, more rooms, a larger playground, and a new gym.
Yeah, well, we complete the projects within that 6-year window. And so in the 2018 bond, we came in on time and under budget. That's something that has been a hallmark of Spokane Public Schools.
As for Madison, the new school would be built on the same footprint as its current building, and that's an idea Principal Holter can get behind.
It'd be so wonderful, I think, for the community that we get to keep that piece of history here where these kids can walk to school.
So in the story, we did get a chance to mention the portables, but Principal Holter told me that's one of the biggest challenges with the current building. Having the students spread out and walking through the elements like rain and snow is an issue she hopes is removed with a new building. Reporting in the studio, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Brandon, thank you. And our Boomtown series will continue all week long. Tonight, Spokane's new mayor is taking control as homelessness reaches a critical level.
I think if we work together, it'll be better for the unhoused population, and it's going to be better for business owners and people in neighborhoods.
Lisa Brown sharing her plan with us here at KREM 2, and you can catch that tonight on KREM 2 News at 6 o'clock.